Have you ever found yourself in a battle you just can't win? You sit there, thoughts swirling, your mind endlessly running through every worry, every what if, and every worst-case scenario. You try to calm it, quiet it, even fight it. But the harder you push, the louder it gets. It feels like you're stuck in an endless loop trying to wrestle with your own thoughts, and losing every time. We've all been there. Whether it's before an important meeting, a date, or just an ordinary day, our minds take us on a wild ride. One filled with anxiety, self-doubt, and constant worry about how things will turn out. But what if I told you, you don't have to fight? What if the way to peace isn't found in controlling your thoughts, but in letting go? In today's video, we're going to talk about why fighting your mind is a losing battle, and how to find true inner peace by understanding the mind for what it really is. It's not your enemy. It's more like the weather. Unpredictable, ever-changing, but ultimately something you don't have to control. By the end of this video, you'll not only learn how to stop the internal struggle, but also discover how to truly enjoy life as it unfolds, without being trapped by your thoughts. If you've ever tried to fight with your mind, you've probably noticed that you always end up losing. You can't outthink your mind or beat it into submission with willpower. The more you push, the more it pushes back. And at best, what do you achieve? Suppression. But the problem with suppression is that it's temporary. Just like trying to hold a beach ball underwater, the moment you lose grip, it springs right back up, often with more force. Think about it. When you suppress your emotions, thoughts, or anxieties, they don't just disappear, they hover just below the surface, waiting for the right moment to explode. Have you ever had a stressful day at work? Held everything together in front of your coworkers, but then snapped at your loved ones over something trivial later on? That's suppression in action. The energy you suppressed during the day didn't go away, it just found a different outlet, catching you off guard. This is why fighting your mind never works in the long run. You may win small battles by ignoring your thoughts or pushing them aside, but eventually those thoughts will resurface, and they'll feel even more overwhelming. So what can you do? The first step is to recognize that your mind is like the weather. You can't control it, but you can observe it. Just as some days are sunny and some days are stormy, your thoughts and emotions will change, sometimes without warning. Trying to control the weather would be ridiculous, right? Yet we constantly try to control our minds in the same way. For example, let's say you wake up in a great mood. The sun is shining and you feel like nothing can go wrong. But then by mid-afternoon, you get an email that ruins your day. Your thoughts start spiraling, and your mood crashes. Does this sound familiar? This shift in mood is natural. It's just like the weather, unpredictable and beyond your control. However, instead of resisting those changes, what if you learn to simply watch them, like you would the changing sky? The next time you notice your mind going into overdrive, whether it's spiraling into negative thoughts or obsessing over a decision, pause and take a step back. Instead of diving into the chaos, imagine you're watching it like you would a passing storm. It's there, yes, but you don't have to get caught up in it. Here's a simple exercise. When you catch yourself in a mental storm, try labeling it. Say, there's my anxiety talking, or there's my frustration coming up. This allows you to create some distance between yourself and the mind's chatter. The more you do this, the less power those thoughts will have over you. But why is your mind so busy in the first place? Why does it constantly churn with thoughts, worries, and plans? The answer is simple. You care about the outcomes of things. You care about how situations turn out, whether you'll succeed or fail, whether people will like you or not. For instance, think about a time you had a big job interview or a date you really wanted to go well. The days leading up to it were probably filled with nervous thoughts like, what if they don't like me? Or what if I say something stupid? Your mind was working overtime, trying to predict and control the outcome. But here's the thing. No matter how much you worried, it didn't change the result. One of the most powerful shifts you can make in life is to stop obsessing over how things will turn out. Imagine you're about to give a presentation. Your mind will likely go wild, thinking about what could go wrong. Maybe you'll forget your points or the audience won't be impressed. But instead of letting those worries take over, what if you shifted your focus? What if you decided to do your best and let go of any attachment to the outcome? A real-life example, picture a musician preparing for an important audition. They've practiced for weeks, but on the day of the audition, they're overwhelmed by nerves. What if they mess up? What if the judges don't like them? Now, imagine instead that they walked into the audition with a mindset of, I'm going to do the best I can, and whatever happens, happens. By letting go of the need to succeed, they free themselves from the pressure and actually enjoy the experience. This isn't just about performances. It applies to everything: jobs, relationships, even day-to-day interactions. When you stop caring so much about how things will turn out, your mind quiets down. You're no longer trapped in the endless loop of what-ifs because you've accepted that, whatever happens, you'll handle it. The reason we care so much about outcomes is deeper than we realize. It's not just about the event itself, whether it's a date, a job interview, or a family gathering. The truth is, we're constantly looking for something outside of us to make us feel okay inside. Think about it. When you go on a date, you're not just spending time with someone, you're hoping that they'll like you, that you'll feel accepted. The same goes for work. You don't just want to do your job, you want recognition, a promotion, or validation. We're all searching for something to fix that feeling of "I'm not okay" inside of us. One of the most freeing realizations you can have is that no external event will ever make you feel fully okay. The approval of others, financial success, or even a romantic relationship, they might make you feel good for a while, but they're never going to solve the core issue. Start by asking yourself, what am I hoping to get from this? Whether it's a social interaction, a career goal, or even a simple task, ask what you're really seeking. Most of the time, it comes down to wanting to feel validated or accepted. Once you recognize this, you can begin to shift your focus inward. Instead of looking to the outside world for validation, practice giving it to yourself. It might sound counterintuitive, but the key to inner peace is accepting that you're not okay, and that's okay. The moment you stop fighting the discomfort inside, you create space for it to be. Instead of resisting it, you sit with it, and in doing so, you start to heal. Take a moment to think about the last time you felt upset or anxious. Maybe it was something small, like someone cutting you off in traffic, or something bigger, like a breakup. In those moments, your instinct is probably to push those feelings away, to distract yourself, or to fix the situation. But what if, instead of reacting, you simply let yourself feel what you're feeling? That's where true growth happens. Next time you're in a situation where you feel triggered, whether it's anxiety, fear, or frustration, pause. Instead of reacting, sit with the feeling. Notice where it shows up in your body. Is it tension in your chest? A knot in your stomach? Just observe it without judgment. By doing this, you begin to break the cycle of reacting to discomfort, and over time, it loses its power over you. At the end of the day, life isn't about controlling the outcome, it's about enjoying the journey, moment by moment. When you let go of your attachment to how things turn out, you free yourself from the prison of your own mind. You begin to see life for what it is, an unfolding experience, not something to be controlled or mastered. So the next time you catch yourself worrying about the future or obsessing over a decision, remember this: do your best and let go of the rest. Enjoy the process, not because of what you'll achieve, but because life is happening right now, in every single moment. That's where your freedom lies. If you enjoyed this, please support our Blissful Living community by liking, sharing, and commenting below. For more wisdom and tranquility, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Thank you for walking this path of wisdom with us.